Alright, so another stream. It's not going to be a gaming one or anything. I just want to make sure I get this out. Because tomorrow is. What was it? Today is the. Oh. I guess you could still do early voting, but tomorrow, the 7th is election day. So I want to make sure to cover that. And it's a pretty important subject matter. It is about issue 1. That's good. So here's issue 1, edited by the Ohio Roundtable. Now, the amendment itself is pretty innocent, pretty okay. But before I cover that, I want to cover, you might have gotten this in the mail, I want to cover who the Ohio Roundtable is, because as much as they pride themselves as being nonpartisan and nonprofit, they seem to be pretty partisan. They kind of align themselves a little bit with conservative thought process and their think tanks. So what I've found, and it's not like the Ohio Roundtable is actually going to tell you this, unless you really look deep into it. Encyclopedia of Cleveland History, the Ohio Roundtable. Alameda Drive, Strongsville, established by a group of Northeastern Ohio citizens and business leaders in 1980 as a nonprofit, nonpartisan research and educational organization. Think tank. Yeah, because those always worked out pretty well, right? Your political advocacy groups. Dedicated to a mission of restoring traditional Judeo-Christian principles to American public policy. That right there should be disconcerting part right there. Judeo-Christian principles. What does that mean? Well, as you notice, there's a lot of conservatives that also abide by those Judeo-Christian principles. So how can they consider themselves to be nonpartisan when a lot of the ideals that they share is mirrored by the Conservative Party or the Republican Party? So let's go ahead and read through here. Original headquarters were at 31. Okay, Solon with a move to a 6,000 square foot media production facility in Strongsville in 2001. A nonprofit, and they have a 6,000 square foot media production facility? Did they invest any of their own money into this? It just seems kind of cultish a little bit here. A little bit of a cult where they got all their money gathered and then they can invest in these little things to promote their think tank. In addition to the intellectual activities of the Roundtable, a subsidiary nonprofit organization, Ohio Freedom Forum, was also founded at this time for the purpose of direct Ohio legislative lobbying. So they have power, and they're able to influence Ohio elections. Executive Director Reverend Ray Jeske, the former pastor of Kent Community of Believers. The organization participated in a demonstration against abortion and pornography. Okay, let me show you something. Here's the Freedom Forum. Freedom Forum is a nonpartisan 501c3, so they don't even have to pay taxes. Dedicated to fostering First Amendment freedoms for all. That's kind of odd. Pornography is an expression of the First Amendment. It's freedom of expression. Pornography can be construed as an art form, which is a form of expression. But these people are so First Amendment absolutists that abortion and pornography are they're against pornography and abortion. Seems a little hypocritical, don't you think? David P. Zanotti has been president of the Ohio Roundtable on Freedom Forum since 1986. During his tenure, the organization helped strengthen child protection laws in 1987 and helped defeat initiatives to allow casino gambling in 1988, 1990, and 1996. Casino gambling. Isn't casino gambling also a form of expression? Child protection laws. Subjective. What do they mean by that? Yeah, children need protection, but what do they mean by protecting children? Like, oh, their form of child protection is probably by ripping children from homosexual parents, maybe. They would consider that to be a form of child protection. In the 1990s, he succeeded in lobbying for term limits and campaign finance reform legislation that defeated the Ohio State motto, "With God, all things are possible," against challenges from the ACLU. That's because there's this thing called the separation of church and state. Defended the Ohio State motto. What? To remove it from, like, government buildings and stuff? Because there's no, there's no restriction from you saying it. It's just restrictions with government saying it. Because the government cannot hold any sort of religious biases. So, yeah, the government's supposed to stay pretty secular, but yeah, let's go ahead and defend a motto instead of defending separation of church and state, which ironically is enshrined in the First fucking Amendment. Ugh. Roundtable and Freedom Forum have been particularly active since 1994 in promoting school choice and supporting Ohio's scholarship plan, which in 1995 became the nation's first voucher program providing public funds for children to attend parochial as well as other private schools. Okay. Public funds. Our tax dollars are going to their private schools of choice. How is our public tax money going to private schools, and those private schools aren't taking in public school children, kids that can't really afford to get into those private schools? Oh, but they got scholarships, Oh, but it's if your school is receiving public funds, you can no longer consider yourself to be a private school. Okay, that is extortion. That is theft. Anybody that's doing that should be thrown in prison. That simple. You are stealing money from the taxpayers for a school that our children can't go to because they can't afford it. So the Roundtable launched a school choice community statewide organization in 1998. The organization also broadcasts a radio program, The Public Square, hosted by David Zanotti since 1989. In addition to news headquarters in Strongville, the organization has offices at the state capitol in Columbus in 2001. Case Western Reserve University. Okay, so that's just telling you what's going on here. You got your Freedom Forum, a newspaper. I mean, this seems like rather, today the organization trains, teaches, and surveys students, educators, journalists, journalism educator, community leaders promote free expression, First Amendment awareness and storytelling, inclusive newsroom culture. That doesn't sound so bad. So why are they going after what? The separation of church and state, casino gambling, pornography. Abortion is not really expression. Abortion is just, it's a medical procedure. But pornography, that can be construed as a form of expression. So yeah, there's that. The Freedom Forum's vision is an America where everyone knows, values, and defends the freedoms of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. Okay. I'm guessing religion especially, right? Because it doesn't seem like you're espousing those values very much. I'm just saying. But anyway, this is going to be probably a relatively short stream because there's not a whole lot on here. Kind of want to get. Let's just open up a new tab here. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get the PDF up. What is this? Paid for by Red, White, and Blue. Parental right. Oh my god. Did you know that reproductive rights are on the ballot in Ohio? That's right. You literally get to vote to protect reproductive rights. We're the only state in the country that put reproductive rights on the ballot this November, thanks to 700,000 plus Ohio voters who signed a petition to get this constitutional amendment onto the ballot. Issue 1 will enshrine reproductive rights in our state constitution, including protecting access to safe abortion care, miscarriage management, and fertility treatments, and birth control. Gee, that just sounds so just horrific. Oh my god. Parents hitting control, not extremists. Extremists pulled out all the stops trying to reduce this measure, including writing misleading, confusing language to appear on a ballot. But remember, no matter what they put on a ballot, we know that the amendment actually says. Make sure you vote yes on issue 1 to keep government out of our families' personal decisions. Okay, yeah. You can read the full text here. Oh. That's not the proposed amendment. Let's just go to the actual. Let's not. There we go. State issue 1. There should be a. Oh, come on. Is this it? See, this is where it gets confusing. Protect the Constitution. No, it's not that. Proposed amendment. See the language. See the first thing that comes up. The first thing you type in Ohio issue 1 proposed amendment. This is the scary part. The first thing that comes up is see the language. See the language is not state. It's not state sponsored. It's not from the state. This brings us back to the constitutional amendment that we already went over back in August. So that's not it. So let's go Ohio proposed amendment. I'm just showing you guys how difficult this is. Ballotpedia, that's nothing. That's not it. I want a completely unedited version of the state Ohio proposed amendment. And it is issue 1. according to this, which came in the mail, yeah, I don't even know if you can even see that. Full text of proposed amendment. Full text. This is just me doing a raw search. I mean, I can already bring up the article. I just want the, let's see. This is not it. Okay, maybe this is it. Okay. Because there's something supposed to be. This is. I tell you what, this is kind of confusing, and that's the scary part. Reproductive capacity. Okay. Okay, it's just kind of. Yep, slip opinion. Okay. Okay. Challenge initiative. The original action under Article 2, Section 1G of the Ohio Constitution, relators Jennifer Guro and Thomas E. Brinkman Jr., collectively Guro, challenged an initiative petition to place a proposed constitutional amendment on November 7, 2023 ballot. Respondents in this case are committee proposing an amendment and its individual members, collectively the committee, and Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Because Guro has not shown the Ohio law requires invalidation of the petition, we deny the challenge. Background: the people of Ohio reserve themselves. Okay, here we go. This is the important part. Background: the people of Ohio reserve themselves the right to propose constitutional amendments by initiative petition. Ohio Constitution, Article 2, Sections 1 and 1A. At issue here is a petition proposing a constitutional amendment titled "The Right to Reproductive Freedom with Protections for Health and Safety." I'm going to go ahead and highlight that because that's probably what I'm going to have to search up on Google. The full text of the proposed amendment reads, "Be it resolved by the people of the state of Ohio that Article 1 of the Ohio Constitution is amendment to add the following section." See, I looked this shit up and I could not find it for the life of me. It just brings me straight to see the language, which is Ohio Roundtable. The first thing that should come up is a .gov. That's the first thing that should come up. I'm sorry, but Ohio Roundtable is not .gov. The right to reproductive freedom with protections for health and safety. Every individual has a right to make and carry out one's own reproductive decisions, including but not limited to decisions on contraception, fertility treatment, continuing one's own pregnancy, miscarriage care, and abortion. That one's the one that everybody's having a shit about. It's like they had to place it fifth. Last but not least, the state shall not, directly or indirectly, burden, penalize, prohibit, interfere with, or discriminate against either an individual's voluntary exercise of this right or a person's entity that assists an individual in exercising this right, unless the state demonstrates that it is using the least restrictive means to advance the individual's health in accordance with widely accepted and evidence-based standards of care. Not difficult. The state shall not interfere with an individual's voluntary exercise to reproductive health and safety, or reproductive freedom and protections for health and safety. Like, and we'll get to the language here in a minute, but the language presented by the Ohio Roundtable to be more specific. Yeah, apparently they have a right. They have something against that individuals, man or woman, shouldn't have the right to reproductive freedom. I don't know. We'll get to it. Got that. So this is basically stating that if a physician does anything, a physician issues contraception or fertility treatment, you know, the continuing ones, any of these 5 things. If a physician performs or gives or anything, performs an abortion, gives miscarriage care, any of this, yeah, then the state can't go after them. Good. Apparently, Ohio Roundtable's got something wrong with that too. However, abortion may be prohibited after fetal viability, but in no case may such an abortion be prohibited if, in a professional judgment of a pregnant patient's treating physician, is necessary to protect the pregnant patient's life or health. Yeah, there's nothing in here that says, well, after 9 months and the baby's born, you can go ahead and kill that thing. No. And how many times has that ever happened in history? You can probably count on one hand how many times an abortion has been performed because, oh, that wasn't the right gender or something. I don't know. Abortion may be prohibited. Doesn't necessarily mean it's abortion is prohibited after fetal viability. No, it's may be prohibited. But in no case may such an abortion be prohibited if it's in professional judgment of the pregnant patient's treating physician. So, and that's after viability. So at least gives women, a little bit longer than 6 fucking weeks to go find out, oh, wait, I'm pregnant. Uh-oh. It's a clump of cells. Can't abort it. Nope. Nope. That thing's going to become a doctor or a lawyer or an asshole conservative. That's what they want. I mean, if they let that child live, yeah. If they let that fetus live, I'm sorry, I should change my language. Now that it's going to be a... They're literally trying to change the term of fetus to unborn child. Didn't realize it had a birth certificate. We're going to have to... Oh, well, shit the bed. We're going to have to report when a pregnancy happens. You get pregnant? Yeah, you got to report that. That's something that conservatives would love for women to be forced to have to go through. C, as used in this section, fetal viability means the point in pregnancy when the professional judgment of the pregnant patient treating physician, the fetus has a significant likelihood of survival outside the uterus with reasonable measures. This is determined on a case-by-case basis. Yep. State includes any governmental entity or any political subdivision. And D, this section is self-executing. And then they had to go and get it petitioned, and yeah, that's what happened. So getting it petitioned, 700,000. This was a process, okay, and very relatively quick. Thankful for that. August, they tried to make it impossible for citizens to even make petitions, or if they did make petitions, they'd have to go all statewide, no majority rule. It's just you better go to every single county and do this and do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Or the money, unless of course you're conservative, then of course you're loaded with money and you can go to county after county after county and promote your little ideals of your Judeo-Christian wet dream. So that's it. That's not a whole lot there, right? But that's very powerful what they're establishing here. Now, here's these fucking chicken scratchings. First thing off, oh my god, they are so butthurt about this shit. The word woman does not appear in this entire amendment. Is that an argument? I'm waiting for an argument. Okay, where's the argument? Well, I know what you're hinting at, but why do I need to take the bait? Are you suggesting that men can't have reproductive rights? You telling me that men can't reproduce? Pretty sure they make sperm. They make what is the little gametes? They make little, the little things that get women pregnant. Yeah, that's a thing. But they don't have reproductive rights. Hell, this might be a little carry this being on the ballot. We might be able to protect children. Now, if they're so for protecting children, why don't you protect children from, I don't know, circumcision? You think they'd be pro or anti-circumcision? You think a child needs to have half his dick skin cut off? Or maybe I should show you the what is it? I can't even. I don't even want. No, I mean, well, I've already saw some horrific videos of what the Orthodox practice. Yeah, it's just holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, they got it posted on like Vice, I think, or something like that. But anyway, I digress. Full text proposed amendment. So it would be nice if you could actually read this fucking thing without all these chicken scratchings. But Article 1 is the Bill of Rights. Yeah, there you go. That's a good thing, we got a Bill of Rights in the Ohio Constitution. Be resolved by the people of the state of Ohio that Article 1 of the Ohio Constitution is amended to add the following section. Article 1, Section 22, the right to reproductive freedom with protections for health and safety. Mostly for abortion providers. Why the fuck did you bring that up? It says fuck all to do with abortion. It's one of the 5 categories here, but what is it with you and abortion? It's almost like you guys seem pretty, I don't know, biased. Pretty partisan in your beliefs here. Yeah. More accurate title should be the right to reproductive decisions. What? Yeah. Reproductive freedom is the right to reproductive decisions with protections for health and safety. Like, you get protections in there too. And this was sent out to everybody. Every individual has a right to make and carry out one's own reproductive decisions, including but not limited to decisions on. Now they're gonna hear they're bitching already. Any age, including minors. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know that children can take birth control or hormonal treatments or puberty blockers. That way they don't like start their period at fucking 7 years old. Yeah, every individual. It's what they call an unalienable right. Okay, so if a minor wants to have the right to make and carry out their own reproductive decisions, of course, with the advice of a physician, because there are some kids out there that don't have parents, but yeah, they might need some like some help on making decisions about the reproductive health. Oh, I don't know. Human papilloma virus and all, fucking cervical cancer and all that stuff. That is part of your reproductive health. Okay, so when a physician, when a child needs to get a pap smear or anything like that to really check up on their reproductive health, yeah, yeah, that's their right to go and do that. Yeah, any age, including minors. Yeah, yeah. No parental consent for minors. Here we go. Oh, the parent needs to be able to make the decisions for the child. As like the child in Ohio. This fucking happened in Ohio. 10-year-old little girl got raped. Had to go to Indiana to get the abortion performed. Okay. Now, I'm sure under their theoretical theoretical empire that child would not be able to get an abortion. Okay, because if the parent doesn't give consent to the child getting an abortion, then she has to be forced to carry a baby to term. I want you to let that sink in a little bit. A 10-year-old little girl is going to be forced to carry a baby to term. I want you to let that sink in your head just a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper, and I want you to think to yourself next time you get a ballot in your hand and you want to choose the Republican Party. That should negate the Republican Party's existence. Like there shouldn't even be a ballot. It should just be Democrats and independents, like right down the line. Yeah, that should just be like negate the Republicans' qualifications to even be on the ballot. If you hold that value, that a 10-year-old child should have to carry a baby to term. Fucking Nazis have more sense than you do. Not gender specific. Oh my god. So yeah, that's the next bullet here. Not gender specific. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Okay. So are they going to go after it to go and dehumanize trans people, or is it just like they're just bitching in general, like because the argument here would be suggesting that men shouldn't have a right to reproductive decisions. What did I tell you? What did I say? They said they have a problem with that. It's not every no. Only women should have the right to make and carry out. Bullshit. A man can make the sex cells just as much as a woman can. So that's really a non-argument. Really, I know what you're going at. I know what the bait is. We know. Without limits. That didn't say anything about. They didn't say that. They didn't say that. No, gender selection abortions. They didn't say gender selection abortions. It just says abortion. Harvesting body parts. That doesn't say that on here. Chemical castration. That does not say that on here. Although, fertility treatment and I don't know, it could be considered contraception. Yeah, but here's the funny thing about that. If you're bitching about chemical castration, you do realize that the man would have to give consent to that and go to a physician and say, hey, doc, I want to be chemically castrated. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Here's an argument you didn't present. You ever heard this term called vasectomies? Why is vasectomies? It's not on your list. Vasectomy is not on here. I mean, a vasectomy is kind of like a castration, right? And men get vasectomies all the time, which is also a right to carry out one's reproductive decisions. That, yeah, the vasectomy falls under that category. Are you suggesting that men should not have the right to go and get a vasectomy? Cool. You guys are utter fucking fascists. Let's see here. Trans surgeries on minors. Where in the fuck does it say that? Where does it say that? Where does it say trans surgeries on minors? Where does it say that? Where does it say trans surgeries on minors? I don't see that. Cloning, like this is just thrown in there. Cloning. Where you see that at? Oh, if you're okay, fertility treatment, in vitro fertilization. Do you have a problem with in vitro fertilization? Do you have a problem with surrogate motherhood? I'd love to just talk to somebody here and just just ask them, well, what would you allow under your freedom here? Because none of this entire list is not on here. Like this is just pure speculation. This is just contrivances. There's nothing on here. So this is just pure bullshit. An abortion throughout all 9 months. Okay. Where does it say abortion through all 9 months? That's what you wrote. You got proof? Because I did see on there, where did it say? Right here. However, abortion may be prohibited after fetal viability. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, we can go ahead and get rid of that. Let's see here. C, as used in this section. No, see. Okay, voluntarily exercise this right. State shall not directly or indirectly. Let's see here. Discriminate. Fetal viability. Oh, there we go. So it is on there. Okay. I just want to make sure. Make sure they're not editing things out of the actual, like, .gov PDF file of the proposed amendment here. Just making sure. Let's see here. The state shall not directly or indirectly burden, penalize, prohibit, interfere with, or discriminate against either. It's like they have a problem with that. They underline it. But like it's almost like they want to say something, but at the same time they're like, yeah, we don't really want the state to really interfere with people's, and they're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do. No age restrictions, no parental consent. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, individual. Just got to restrict to make sure that it's only adults. Children can't get this, right? They can't make decisions on their reproductive rights. And then you wonder why we have teenage pregnancy. So they want a bitch, but then at the same time they can't. No parental consent. Yeah, not every child has a parent. Sorry. Just saying. I mean, if a little girl says, "Hey, it feels like my guts are on fire. Can we go to the hospital? And the parent's like, no. And it turns out she's got like this really like stage 4 cervical cancer. That doesn't happen to children, right? Children can't get cervical cancer or uterine cancer or ovarian cancer. They can't get any of that. They can't get any sort of infections. They can't get any of that, right? So now you're just making it harder for kids to come forth to an authority figure. Possibly they've been abused, and they need to come forth to a professional and say, okay, we need to do a health assessment here. What's going on? No, they would just be like, no, parental rights. Parental rights. A parent shouldn't have no parental rights. Parent says they don't have to put the kid in the hospital to get checked out. Nope. No reproductive rights for the child. Nope. Just parents only. That's just on one word. On one word. Individual. They get so fucking butthurt on that. Voluntary exercise of this right. Voluntary. Oh my god, I'm surprised they didn't underline it. Of this right. They did underline right. So they got a problem with rights, ironically. Or a person or entity that assists an individual as exercising the right. Does this right Planned Parenthood into the Constitution? No, not specifically, but thanks for asking. You guys are fucking morons. There are probably thousands of institutions where you can safely get this. It's called a hospital. Okay, there are thousands of hospitals across this country and across even the state of Ohio that aren't Planned Parenthood. And they provide these services right here, okay? It's not just Planned Parenthood. There's probably way more organizations, but why did you specifically go for Planned Parenthood? Because you think that Planned Parenthood only specifically addresses abortion. No. Planned Parenthood is an organization that helps with all of these. You guys are fucking morons. That assists an individual in exercising this right. How fucking dare they, right? Includes group activists in schools instructing minors on sexual practices. What the fuck? What are you on? I need to go through my nightstand and find the they gave us a fucking V card. I'm not kidding. You want to know what our fucking comprehensive sexual education was? Abstinence until you're married. The Ohio fucking health department. And then they wonder why fucking teenage pregnancy skyrocketed. Huh. They don't teach anything about safe sex. They teach you if you have sex out of wedlock, you're going to get some kind of dick infection that will just like make everybody puke. That's what they show. They were just like, look at these horrific images of STDs. And it's like, wait a second. You don't think STDs can happen when you're fucking married? Oh yeah, that's right. HIV just stops. Stops. Right when you get married. As soon as you sign the marriage certificate right there. Yep. You no longer have HIV. They didn't teach a thing about care, like STD care, like the possibility that maybe you could even be cured of these things. The possibility, hey, maybe you do have an STD. You're a child with an STD. Are they going to teach you how to care? But no, nope, nothing. How do you identify, you're a fucking 13, 14-year-old kid. How do you identify what an STD is? Oh, okay, so that shit coming out of the tip of my dick, that might be an STD? I didn't know. How do I take care of this? Who do I talk to about this? Who can I talk to about this? according to these people, it's like, nope, abstinence. See, you didn't stay abstinent. And it's like, well, fuck. I stayed fucking abstinent. Did something happen to me? Oh, well, can't go to a physician to find out. Parental rights. Ooh. You do realize a restriction on that, right? That a child can't go to a physician to be like, something's hurting. The boy at school stuck something in me, and now my thingy won't stop hurting. But I can't go to a physician or anybody. I can't go to the school nurse because according to these fuckwits, nope. She has nope. She doesn't have reproductive rights. Nope. Because it has something to do with her genitalia. Nope. Nope. Parental rights. Parental rights. Parental rights trump the right of the child going to an adult, a trusted adult, and saying that something happened. Nope, can't do that. And then group activists in schools instructing minors on sexual practices. When the fuck did that ever happen? Where like, person or entity is this has nothing. It has nothing to do with this bullet point. Nothing. Zero. This is just, where the fuck you pulling this out? Instructing minors on sexual practices. If you're talking about sexual education, and I'm sure they've got a problem with that. These guys want to bring us back to the fucking 1800s, I swear to God. So, unless the state demonstrates that it is using the least restrictive means to advance the individual's health, undefined includes mental health. Okay. To advance the individual's mental health? Mental health. And includes mental health. Oh, okay. You have a problem with people getting mental health care? Holy shit. Oh my God. I mean, this is just so contrived. Like, what? In accordance with the widely accepted undefined and evidence-based undefined. Yeah, it's called peer-reviewed evidence, but okay, sure. Let's just, widely accepted. Yeah, it's, you know, it's why we have fucking textbooks, and textbooks go through year after year of stringent fucking criticisms and assessments until it's like, hey, yeah, this is what's widely accepted, pretty much globally. Evidence-based standards of care. Well, evidence-based. See, giving people miscarriage care and abortions and continuing unwanted pregnancy, fertility treatment, contraception, all those things seem pretty beneficial to I don't know, the health of an individual. But what the fuck do I know? You know, I'm not a physician. Standards of care. However, abortion may be prohibited. Possible but not likely. Oh, okay. I'm sure that you want, you know, abortion to just be like, nope. It's possible, but it's just not likely. They're just gonna abort. Fetal viability, subjective judgment of abortionist. I'm sorry, it's not an abortionist that does that. It's a physician. They sit there and analyze. They go through a fucking team to try a team of doctors. Okay. Here's the thing. Weird thing. See, doctors have this thing called a doctorate, and a doctorate in medicine. Okay. They have degrees and just, various forms of education, you know, that allows them to sit there and critically assess the health of an unborn fetus and sit there and say, is this viable or not? Okay, so we do some tests, we do some scans, do some ultrasounds, just, general practice stuff. And they look at it and they're like, no, this isn't viable. And I mean, granted, it is, a clump of cells about that big, It's pretty small, pretty small. Um, yeah, they sit there with their degrees and they sit there and assess it. You, without your medical degree, you would probably say, yeah, that little clump of cells about that big is pretty viable. We should force the mother to carry that thing to term. Might kill her. I mean, she's already got anemia. She's already 30 pounds underweight, puking daily, puking in so much that her stomach lining is completely rotted away. She's throwing up blood, but that's all well and good because of the viability of something that small could possibly kill her. But yeah, subjective by a team of educated and, they have doctorates. Let's see you write a dissertation, especially dissertations about, medicine. Let's just see you do that. But in no case may such an abortion be prohibited in professional life. Okay, I'm still gonna be pretty upset. You'll probably hear me, but I'm gonna be wrapping up here pretty soon. But in no case, and I want to change that to shall not. But in, well, what do they do? But shall not may such an abortion be prohibited if in a professional judgment of the pregnant patient's treating physician is necessary to protect the pregnant patient's life or health. I don't know if you put the shall not in the right place, but we get what you're trying to get at. Okay, so it is necessary to protect the pregnant patient's life, but no, um, the abortion shall not be carried out. The abortion shall not be prohibited. I don't know what you're going after here. This is really fucking weird language. Just read that out to yourself. But in no, but in no shall not case, but in just sound it out. But shall not may such an abortion be prohibited. So the abortion shall not be prohibited. Not age or gender specific. Oh my god, here we fucking go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Not age or gender specific. What the fuck do you mean by that? So wait, like a 9-year-old little girl. Hell, there was one story of a 5-year-old getting pregnant, but age. That's what we're gonna go after. Okay, so 5-year-old should not be able to get an abortion. Make that make sense, please. Please make that make sense. Please, just tell me, Ohio Roundtable. Please make that make sense to me. Not gender specific. Okay, what the fuck do they mean by that? Gender specific. Gender specific. So a man carrying a baby to term, or a man wanting to get an abortion. I mean, yeah, there are trans individuals that can, still have their female reproductive parts. They're they're transgender, but I don't know what you mean by that. Gender specific. I I didn't realize like full, cisgendered men could get abortions. I make that make sense, please. This is just arguing for the sake of arguing. It serves no purpose. The abortion is now protected by the Constitution, regardless of the outcome of aborting a fully viable human child. Yeah, yeah. It's called their expert opinion. Oh, and by the way, look at the language. Human child. Didn't say fetus. Let's look on here. Let's look on here and see if there's any mention of the word fetus under these edits here. Okay, they circle the word fetus, unborn child. Okay, human child. What's that? You guys are unbiased? You guys can't even get the right fucking words right. As used in this section, fetal viability means the point in pregnancy when, in professional judgment, pregnant patient's treating physician, the abortionist now protected. There we go. The abortionist. The abortionist. I fucking hate that term. No, it's called a physician. It's called a clinical physician. That is a position that you will never hold in this life because you won't have the fucking knowledge, wherewithal. You will start underlining in every textbook saying, oh, that said fetus. Oh, cross that out. Put human child. Unborn child. Okay, let's go ahead and get birth certificates already established. Let's go ahead and do that. Birth certificates. The two zygotes, they combined. Yep, they're combined. They're literally a clump of cells, like microfucking-scopic. That's it. Birth certificate, right there. Registered child, right there. Get a name. Need name. You need to put big capital letters. Apparently, that child, that unborn child, is now a fully fledged corporation of the under the United States of America. Because if you look on your birth certificate, it's all in capital letters. Yeah, it means you're established as a corporation under the United States of America. That child cannot give any sort of consent to business dealings at all. But I'm sure that you will probably put some assets underneath that unborn child's social security number, because they're going to need one. You're going to put it under their name. Here's an asset. Oh, they defaulted on the asset. Not my responsibility. That's on that unborn child's responsibility. Oh, the child had a miscarriage. The unborn child was miscarried. Well, shit. Better throw the mom in jail. Yeah, she shouldn't have done that. The fetus, unborn child. That's their argument. Unborn. Are there no human rights for the unborn? Every time you have a nocturnal emission, I want you to go to prison. Every time that your wife has her period, I want you to go to prison. That was a child that you killed. Okay? That nocturnal emission, they had no control over. Yeah, you're going to jail now. All them sperm cells could have potentially turned into an unborn child. But they didn't find their way to the egg. It's not like you've been laid in like 600 years anyway, so what difference does it make? Yeah. Present time for you. Present time for your wife, girlfriend, every time she has a period, because you know that uterine lining and her ovum that gets shed. Yeah, that could have been a potential unborn child that you just aborted right there because you guys didn't try for pregnancy. Hmm. But now that we have human rights for the unborn, that's what that means. That's what it means to have human rights for the unborn. I can only imagine how they feel about SIDS. You know, a mom just lost her kid due to some freak accident or something. Something happens, and she's like, you know, in emotional turmoil. And these guys just want to press that a little bit further. The fetus has a significant likelihood of survival outside the uterus with reasonable measurements. Not defined. Whatever the fuck that means. Whatever your argument is, you're not defining your argument because you don't have one. This is determined on a case-by-case basis by the abortionist. Here we go. The term abortionist. The term abortionist has been used. There is no... where's physician? Where's the word physician? Can they even spell the word for fucking physician? By the abortionist, the abortionist, the abortionist, the abortionist, the abortionist, the abortionist. Every fucking word out of their mouth is abortionist. Not physician, not clinical physician, not OBGYN. No. None of that. Just abortionist. State includes any governmental entity and political subdivision, including a zoning board or city council or school board. What the fuck are you on? Whatever you're taking, whatever like hard drugs that you guys are on, like holy shit. Seek help. Get some rehab or something, cuz what? Zoning board, city council or school board. What? You would want a zoning board or city council or school board to interfere with these rights? What are you going on about? What are you going on about? I don't understand what does that mean? Zoning board, like what would a zoning board have anything to do with an individual's right to reproductive decisions? This section is self-executing. Final thought. The Ohio legislature will have no power to mitigate against the abuse of this language because this would be a constitutional right. Thus, the people of Ohio will be silenced on the subject. No, I think the people of Ohio have already spoken up. It's just that you're all butthurt about it. I guess, you know, you guys are Ohio citizens too, so I guess if you have anything against any of these 5 bullets here, the contraception for fertility treatment, continuing one's own pregnancy, which means not getting an abortion, miscarriage care, and abortion, you know, both sides there. I guess if you have any problem with that, don't do it. Don't like abortion? Don't fucking get one. Simple. You do not have the right to make decisions for someone else. You have the right to make the decision for only yourself. If you do not like abortion, don't get one. If you don't like contraception, don't use it. Fertility treatment. If you do not like fertility treatment, don't get it. Continuing one's own pregnancy. If you don't like continuing your own pregnancy, we'll fit the bed. That would be the opposite argument to abortion. So, if you don't want to continue your own pregnancy, I guess, well, the one thing would be don't get pregnant in the first place, or get an abortion. If you don't like miscarriage care, don't receive it. You can sign for each one of these. You can sign on the dotted line, say, yes, I would like to have some contraception, or possibly you can go to any gas station and get contraception. Thing is, you have to physically put the quarter into the machine. It's not the most cleanest machine in the world, believe me. It's the condoms in there are probably over like a decade old, so I wouldn't recommend you use those anyway. But you can just put your quarter in the vending machine, and out pops a condom. See, the thing is, when you feel compelled to do that, don't do it. If you don't like contraception, just don't do that. Don't go to the doctor's office and be like, okay, yeah, I need some condoms or whatever. Like, seriously, condoms should be freely available. Hell, every other country seems to understand this concept. It's not difficult to say, no, I don't want to have contraception. I want to get fucked and cucked so fucking hard that the baby, I won't even know who the baby's daddy is. But hey, I don't like contraception, so I mean, just fill me full to the brim. And yeah, you don't like contraception? No, there you go. Oh shit, resulting consequence, you got pregnant. But, well, do you continue to one's own pregnancy? I don't know if you like that or not. I guess that's the one thing you're willing to stand for. But that's also established right there. That's a right. And that's a right for basically both parents here. Because it's not gender specific. Whatever you're going on about that, all non-binary individuals, or what are you going on out on that? The word woman does not appear in this entire amendment. That's literally a non-argument. That doesn't have to be on there. That doesn't have to be on there. Why does that have to be on there? That's a noun that doesn't need to be established on there. So what is your argument? I know what your argument is. It's like, wait, this does not. I know they're trying to genderify everything to where it's all ambiguous and it's woke or some, like I said, contrivancy. And this was sent out. This was sent out to everybody. Okay. Here on the back says, this proposed amendment to the Ohio Constitution will appear on your ballot in November. The amendment uses 233 words to attempt to establish the right to reproductive decisions, quote unquote. The word abortion, quote unquote, appears in the amendment 3 times. Okay. Please take a few minutes and read the full language for yourself. Then consider the questions about the real meaning and logical impact of these words in the marked up notes, quote unquote marked up, which are provided by the research staff of the Ohio Roundtable. Yeah, you guys did some excellent research. You guys presented arguments on here that are non-arguments. The only thing I have to answer with that is not age or gender specific. Okay. The word woman does not appear in this entire amendment. Okay. Over the past 43 years, the Roundtable has been involved in many of the major ballot issues campaigns in Ohio. Please, before you vote, read the language and consider whether or not you want specific language to be placed in the Ohio Bill of Rights. Thank you. Okay. This research is conducted and paid for by the American Policy Roundtable, a nonprofit, nonpartisan, independent organization founded in Ohio in 1980. And I can already immediately tell you that that is objectively wrong. This is excruciatingly biased. They're really unbiased would say, yeah, this is a pretty neutral document here. Every individual. Oh my God, they said every individual. Oh my God, that gets my blood boiling, because it means that everybody, not just women, but everybody has a right to one's reproductive decisions. Oh, how dare they? Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Oh. And then our argument is minors. As if minors have a developing reproductive system. Yeah, doing some, checkups, some physical health checkups. Maybe even, I don't know, possibly finding out why she's got the human papilloma virus already. What else? I mean, are you guys okay with PCOS? Yeah. It's nasty shit, but you guys probably wouldn't know anything about that. Let's see here. Cervical cancer, we already covered that. Uterine cancer, yeah, all that, Child needs to come in. Nope. It does with reproduction. It's the reproductive system. Only your parent can say. And the parents, of course, just evangelical as they come. They say, no. Because she'll probably want to get an abortion. And it's like, Mom, I'm not even pregnant. You probably are. And you're not aborting that baby. And no abortionist is going to sit there and examine your body. That body is mine. I'm the parent. I make the reproductive decisions for you. Now go marry Chad down the fucking street. Oh, well, yeah, they're cool with forced marriages, I'm sure. Yeah. Can't tell me that hasn't happened. How about children that don't have parents? They're more susceptible to some really bad shit going on. And yeah, maybe they want to go to a physician and, get tested or anything. But anyway, that's that. Just remember, on the 7th, vote yes for this. Vote yes for this amendment. This is completely just unobtrusive language. In fact, it could even stand to be expanded even more. Maybe both parents need to sign up for the to get the abortion. That would be something that would be something possible, and it would satisfy probably both sides of the aisle. Maybe, because it would at least allow men to have a say in the whole thing. But at the same time, you'd have to do DNA tests and all that stuff and find out who the real father is. But most often than not, when couples have a child, they're not looking to have it aborted because of inconvenience reasons or anything like that. Or possibly the dad's like, I didn't know she was getting an abortion. That was my child. Well, dump her ass on the side of just dump her ass. She's gone. Go find another girlfriend. In the meantime, vote on the 7th. I think you can early vote. Check into that. Midnight Mechanic signing off. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell. Share. Comment. Do all those heaps you want you to jump through. And get out there and let's get this... let's just complete this cycle here. We've already been through so much trying to get this established. Let's make Ohio a sanctuary state